Day edition. Morning Scone presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. Uh, yeah. All right. So yesterday we had a very abbreviated show. Um, thank God for Crystal Poche and painkillers. Um, Yesterday was a bear. Uh, I don't ever miss AFR, y'all. I mean, even last year when I had COVID, I did AFR from my house. I mean, we set up a kit in here and I did AFR from here for 4 days. Um, man, yesterday was brutal. When my back goes out, it's anyone who has back problems knows it's debilitating. Thankfully, uh, thankfully, Crystal was able to see me yesterday. When I saw her, my body was involuntarily shaking. I had slipped discs that were compressing on nerves, and she put me back in place. But I'm still an incredible amount of pain. So I did just take a pain pill. So this could be an interesting edition of Morning Scone. And if you're watching on Facebook and you can't, well, I don't know if you're watching on Facebook. It's not populating comments, so I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on. I know Trivia is going to say it's because Facebook sucks, and I'm inclined to agree there. But anyway, so y'all fire away with your comments. Appreciate y'all for being here. It's week 0, so we got Illinois and Nebraska in Big Ten. We got UCLA and Hawaii. So I'll get our look at the LSU's opponent next week. And I mentioned to y'all I am on pain meds. I did just take a pain pill. So I may be a little slow here. So anyway. Oh yeah. And why are my Facebook comments not coming up? Damn it. There we go. Well, where Sorry, y'all. Be patient with me here. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Just be patient 1 second. I need to end the live video on Facebook and restart it. Um, Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Um, sorry, y'all. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Right there. We're live. Please show up this time. Comments, please show up. I don't know if it's going to do it. Anyway, okay. Anyway, I'll just jump over here on YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook, I'll keep checking. But, oh, oh, oh. Do we have action? We do have action. Yay. Okay, I can see comments on Facebook now. Okay, let's start over. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Saturday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. Thanks to Musso yesterday for filling in on AFR on short notice. I don't ever miss AFR, y'all, but I threw out my back. It is, for those who have back issues or know someone who does, it is severe. It is debilitating. I was having issues on Thursday, and I don't know how I managed to make it through the day on Thursday. Friday, it was 10 times worse. Thank God for Crystal Poche at Restored Motions and for pain medicine. She was able to work on me and at least get me to stop shaking, and then pain meds and muscle relaxers kind of zonked me out for the rest of the day. So anyway, fair warning, I did just take a pain pill this morning. It always hurts the worst, like right when you wake up. So just from being still for so long while you sleep. So there may be a point where I might sound a little loopy. It's because the pain medicine's kicking in. So that could actually make for a pretty good show. And I am wearing one of Brett Favre's Copper Fit, back brace things. And I don't know what this is supposed to do, but it ain't helping much. So not a great endorsement for Copper Fit so far. All right, Trivia Carter, good morning. Paulo Balboa, 1985. How's the back, Matt? Safe, everyone. Yeah, everyone please be safe out there this storm. Oh, my God. Trivia's going to say Facebook is trash. True. Stephen Miller, what's up, man? Michelle Moore, good morning from Phoenix. Hoping you recovered. Thank you, Michelle. Me too. I mean, you want to talk about awful timing. Like, not only is it, the start of football season, I had to miss a show, an AFR, like the Saturday before week 0, or Friday before week 0. We had this freaking storm coming, and I'm completely worthless. Like, I can barely move. I can't lift anything. So, I mean, we've got family coming over, helping us move all our crap in from outside because I can't do anything. It sucks. Dave Vendur, good morning. West Bolich throwing a few bucks on U53 for the Illinois-Nebraska game. I have no idea what Illinois is going to look like with Bielema. But what I do know is that the public loves overs, so usually you're pretty good percentage-wise betting and under. Brian Wynn, Jeff McKithen, what's up, man? David Wallace, good morning. Brian and Andy Penn, 2 more days to, so you're spending like the week out in LA. Good time to get out of here too, huh? Trey Haydat, good morning. Colton Mack, hey Matt, hope you feel better. Thank you, Colton. Dave, I had back surgery several years ago. So far, so good. I don't know, like, Dave, I don't know what back surgery I could have, man. Like, I have a degenerative disc issue in my neck and back. And Dave, yes, if I had pain in my legs, not right now, but whenever my disc was out of place and it was compressing on the nerve, yeah, that pain radiates to the leg, but it's not anymore. Anyway. Matt, if you or I were under any type of criminal investigation, wouldn't our employer suspend us? How do football coaches continue to coach while they're being investigated? Frost and Coach O. You're innocent until proven guilty. I mean, the burden of proof is on the accuser. And I think as an employer, you have a certain risk tolerance. There's a risk-reward payoff there. Anyway. I mean, I understand your point, obviously, and y'all know how I feel about it, but what it is. Danny Braywick, what's up, man? Jonathan Martin, Dave, they made holes for the sciatic nerve bigger, took away all the pain. See, there was a point where I had sciatica, um, uh, but I don't anymore. I had sciatica when we were in the hospital with Drew, and it was because I was sitting so much. Like you're just in a hospital room. We just sat all the time. And once I started moving again and sort of like working out again, all that remedied itself. Christopher Merrill, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Jerry DeLucky, morning. Brian Wynn, good morning. Uh, Pray for my sister. She's in Buras, man. Oh God, man. Everybody there along the coast. I know the storm there. I haven't checked this morning, but I know they said I saw last night it was projected as a Cat 4. I don't know if it's grown any or anything like that, but I think canceling the Saints-Cardinals game was the right decision. I mean, you got people evacuating the city, and um, uh, you got people evacuating the city. You got emergency personnel trying to prepare the city for a storm. Uh, having that type of large-scale event where you need um, police and other personnel, like it's better they're right to have canceled it. Let's see. Latest update less than an hour ago. Still showing Cat 4. It's showing now Monday at 1 a.m. Kind of coming over Baton Rouge as a Cat 2. Ugh. So landfall Sunday afternoon. Landfall Sunday 4-ish or 1 p.m. But it's showing it over Baton Rouge at Monday at 1 a.m. So like we'll get it into the night apparently. That sucks. I will mention this. And admittedly, y'all, like, by the way, if you're on YouTube, please smash that like button. 30 watching, only 12 likes. I will mention this, y'all, because I've had people ask, and I don't mean for this to sound in any way inappropriate or whatever, but a lot of people have asked about HUDCO, and some people have asked, hey, can we get on a list for like tarping or repairs or anything like that? Yes, you can. And we've already had some people do that. So, again, listen, y'all, my sincere hope, it's very conflicting, right? Because from a business standpoint, you have to be ready. And we are. Our Bossier team is ready to mobilize and come down here to help like as soon as we're ready to go. So we're going to be ready. My sincere hope is that this thing just jogs and skirts and goes away and we don't have to fool with it at all. And we've seen that happen before too. I remember Ivan, if you remember Ivan in '04, Ivan was the one that looked like it was coming right at us. And that was the Cat 5, that was the one. And then last minute it just went whoop and went over to Mobile. And the next year, of course, Katrina hit us, but it can happen and I hope it does. But if you do want to get on a list, because we will go order of received. I mean, it's just how you have to do it. So some people are already putting their name down. So you can just go to the website, hudcoroofing.com. There's a contact form and just put a note that, Hurricane Ida, you want an inspection. And then once the storm's over, we'll contact, say, do you still need the inspection? Yes or no? And boom, we'll hit you or we won't. So anyway, y'all, I'm not going to lie. That is so super awkward to have to say that. But I also understand that people, I get it. I mean, if people are going to need roofs tarped and repaired and replaced, and I get it. I get it. So anyway. Brian Fletcher, get well. I hate when I tweak my back. It's the worst. Back and neck are the worst, and I have it in both. I have degenerative disc issues in my neck and my back, and they're both equally awful. Brian, do you know when y'all land in LA? Yeah, so we leave Baton Rouge at 11 a.m. Central Time. So we're gonna land. I think we land around like 1-ish, maybe 1 Pacific is when we should get out there, and gonna head to the hotel. Gonna have dinner Thursday night with Russ Mitchell out in L.A. Looking forward to that. And my dad and my grandpa are flying out there as well. So the 4 of us go to dinner on Friday or on Thursday, excuse me. Brian, is the Tulane game still on? I don't know, Brian. That's a good question. I forgot they were playing today. Ben Boudreaux, what happened to you yesterday? So I hurt my back. I know that sounds completely wussified to say that, but y'all, yesterday I had a meeting at 10 a.m. with the president of our company. I had to cancel. I had another meeting with a client at 11:30. Had to cancel. I had to find a host for AFR. Obviously, I did not do my show. I was supposed to record an LSU football preview with Michael Cobble for WBRZ last night. Had to cancel. And today I was supposed to drive to Natchitoches to do the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame red carpet show for Ronnie Rance live on CST. I had to text Ronnie yesterday and cancel. Like, I wouldn't wipe all that out for a little back pain. I mean, I don't think people realize how debilitating it is, man. It's just, anyway. Let's see, Brad Jones. Morning from Wichita Falls. Hope everyone stays safe this weekend. Amen. Yeah, man. Brian, y'all landed 12. Y'all are going to be there. We're going Thursday. If y'all are going 2 days, y'all going on Monday. Let's see. DC, the Bayou Bengal, good morning. Let's see, Dave, everyone stay safe. Got to help relatives get ready for Ida. Everyone be safe. Amen. Kyle, sorry about your back. Back seem to know when we need them most and decide to act up the most inopportune times. This happened to me while we're on vacation in Tennessee as well. Slipped it in June. It used to happen like once or twice a year. Now it's happening more frequently, which is very discouraging. Joseph Labus, let's see. What's up, Joseph? Good morning. Thought to give another update since the last time AJ was moved to low A after throwing 2 innings in rookie ball. That's awesome, man. Glad to hear. You know what? I saw your name pop up there. I was going to ask. So I know he signed with, so that's Joseph is AJ's brother. And he's the one to let us know. We had breaking news here on Morning Scone, thanks to Joseph Labus, when AJ signed with the Twins. So moved up from rookie ball to low A. That's awesome, man. Damon Hinderberger, good morning. Like button smashed. Hope everyone stays safe. Amen to that. Cody Boudreaux, Les Miles has lost control of the storm. Joey Vincent, good morning. Yeah, man, I'm looking at the storm and it is coming right at us. I mean, it's still got a ways to go. Like, if it's just past Cuba, it's still got a ways to go. Hey, but I will tell y'all, man, from a roofing standpoint, just some tips, and some of this may be common sense, you may know, but a few things that you should definitely do. Number one, replacing shingles or missing shingles right now would be a good thing. Like if you know you have shingles missing, tarp over it or replace it would be a good thing. That's one. Two, check for overhanging limbs, because if you have limbs overhanging and they get knocked off, they could hit your roof, damage your roof, and then obviously you have a big problem there. So cut down overhanging limbs and then clean out your gutters as well. So if you can get up into your gutters and get leaves and all debris out of your gutters and your drains, that would help prevent potential flooding also. So just some things to keep in mind. James McCormick. Been saying I have a bad back for years. People don't understand. It's true, man. It's just so true. Like you say I have a bad back, and I mean, like everything you do emanates from the spine. I mean, it keeps you upright. I mean, it's how you walk, it's how you breathe, it's how your spine keeps everything aligned. I mean, it's everything radiates and emanates from your spine. It's when your back is hurts, it's debilitating. Yeah. Gary Hughes, good morning. Better take off yesterday. So, hey, you know what, Carrie? I'm glad this didn't happen a week from now, because if it was a week from now, there's no shot I'm getting on a plane. I physically could not get on a plane to Los Angeles. I physically could not sit in the stadium. There's just no way. So I'm glad it happened now. I guess that's the silver lining. I can take a week, hopefully, to heal and at least get back to somewhat of a manageable level. Miriam Gonzalez, hola señora, buenos días. Senora Gonzalez is my Spanish teacher at Catholic. Take good care, Drew. We will. Thank you as always for the prayers. West Shin moving 16 miles an hour. That's fast. That is the good thing, because the faster, if it slows down over the Gulf, I mean, y'all will know this, not that you need a freaking storm lesson, but I mean, the slower it goes over the warm Gulf water, the more strength it builds. So keep moving fast, man. Merrick Mathern, like button smash from Katy, Texas. Yeah, I would imagine a lot of people got out of Louisiana, went to Houston yesterday. So y'all stay safe over there too. GNC Greg up in Shreveport, getting the house ready for the in-laws that are about to be en route from Thibodaux. They're boarding up now. Stay safe down there. Yeah, man, those golf towns are the ones that you really, really hurt for. It's like, I mean, you just bear the brunt of it, you know. Danny Braywick, any ideas how to secure a trampoline? Was thinking using tie-down straps to strap it to my fence. So Danny, we have a trampoline as well, and they make stakes. I mean, we have, like, when we bought our trampoline, it came with stakes that go over the pole, like over the base in like 4 or 5 different spots. And I mean, I ain't going nowhere. So, but yeah, I mean, you could definitely use. I mean, get stakes like stakes you would use for to strap down a tent, like in tailgating or at the beach or something like that. You get a stake that you go into the ground and you tie it to it or bungee it to it. I mean, you have to stake it to the ground. I don't know if strapping it to a fence is gonna work, man. Randall Alfrecht. Morning, madam, on the West Bank in New Orleans. I'm staying for the storm. Are you leaving? No, Randall, we're not leaving. Because thankfully, flooding here isn't a problem. Thankfully, during the flood of 2016, there wasn't so much as a puddle on this property. So, thankfully, we don't have to worry about flooding, and there aren't any real hazards here at our home. Now we're probably going to lose power, and that sucks. But we have a generator that can power some appliances, and then both my parents and Erica's parents have generators that power their whole house. So we have options. We'll be all right. Let's see. Troy Aber said flip the trampoline over. Now that's a good idea. Like, you prevent the wind from getting underneath it, but you'd still have to strap it down somehow, or tie it down. You can't just flip it over. Brandon English, good morning. Riding it out in Lockport. Y'all be safe, man. Y'all be safe. All right, let's see. Anybody else? Man, it's amazing to tell you where everybody's attention has been diverted to, man. No talk about football. Saints-Cardinals canceled. Jameis named the starter yesterday on, as far as some happier things. Which, by the way, I'll go ahead and say it now. If you've been watching Morning Scone for any length of time, you know that we've been telling you Jameis was going to be the starter. And I guess I could tell you now that that decision was made a long time ago. When I told you Jameis was going to be the starter, I was not really guessing. Suffice to say, I had conversations very early in this process that made it very clear that Jameis Winston was always going to be the starting quarterback. That decision was made. And they had this process they had for the reason they had to have it. But it was always going to be Jameis. So noon, Nebraska, Illinois. That'll be fun. We got 5 games today. Nebraska, Illinois. UConn at Fresno. Hawaii at UCLA. That's 2:30 on ESPN. I will definitely be locked into that one. UTEP, New Mexico State, and then Southern Utah, San Jose State, but it's college football and something to watch. But at least 2 games that I think everybody would be interested in being locked into, with the Nebraska-Illinois game and then Hawaii-UCLA. So, and then this coming Thursday, y'all, got a full slate Thursday and some good games Friday as well. I mean, Thursday, you got a ton of games Thursday, but you got Ohio State, Minnesota. Tennessee plays. You got Bowling Green, Tennessee, and you've also got Arizona State. It's on the Pac-12 network, but talking about ranked teams. Coastal Carolina plays as well. They're ranked teams. Utah. So you got a bunch of games on Thursday, and then Friday you got North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Michigan State, Northwestern. I'm looking at it right here. So you got some Power 5 matchups as well before Saturday's full slate of games. So yeah, man, it'll be exciting. We got actually have some football to watch today. And then, you do have preseason NFL if that's your bag. And then Yankees won again last night, 8-2 over the A's. It's getting fun. I kind of vacillating back and forth, like, should I be embarrassed for bailing on my team as early as I did? But then again, it wasn't early, and I was bitterly disappointed with them. But since the trade deadline, man, they have absolutely been on fire. Like, which I think they're 13 in a row now. It's incredible. What a run. Yankees are 76-52, and they actually have Tampa in their sights. They're 4 behind the Rays for the division. I mean, they actually, a shot, So, exciting times, man. Let's see. By the way, YouTube, if you're just jumping on, please smash the like button. 41 watching, 27 likes. Let's see if we get that like button smashed. If you're watching on your phone, just X out of mobile. Just X out of the live chat. You'll see the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and then just hit live chat again. The comments come right back up. All right, Kyle DeVille, on another topic, have you heard any news about the Saints trading? No, Kyle, what's very likely going to happen is, all right, so, and Mike Triplett said this on AFR the other day, and he's right. So on Tuesday is the cut down day, right? So they got to go from 80 to 53 on Tuesday. So you'll have 31 other teams cutting 27 players. So you are going to have a large swath of free agents. So keep this in mind. The Saints are going to have to keep Michael Thomas and Will Lutz on their initial 53. So before they can designate them to short-term IR or whatever it is. But they're going to have to be on their initial 53. So the Saints are going to cut guys initially, and likely veterans that aren't going to have to go through the waiver process, because if you go through waivers, then another team can sign you off of waivers. If you just cut a veteran, you could say to the veteran, hey, listen, we're cutting you today, but don't go anywhere, because we're going to sign you right back tomorrow. This is how we have to manipulate the roster. So And he threw out some names like, Will Clapp could potentially be one. I mean, it could be one of the running backs. So don't be surprised if you see that where, like Latavius Murray or something like that. Don't be surprised if you see that where they cut a veteran and you're going, oh, I didn't think they cut that guy. And just they're going to sign him right back in a day or so. But as far as trades, I don't think so, man. I think what they're more than likely to do right now is see what free agents hit the market after cut down day to see where they can supplement their roster. And you're probably going to have some guys that were, borderline. I mean, and to say, there aren't those options. I mean, it happens. Look at Rob Ninkovich, man. The Saints drafted Rob Ninkovich, and and they cut him, and he went on and had a really good NFL career. Sometimes at a certain spot there are good players and you just don't have room for them. So I think that's the more likely option right now. How many games does Ed have to win to have job security? I was surprised to see so many media personalities say he's potentially on the hot seat. Brad, listen, it's a combination of things. The Title IX stuff cannot be ignored. That is very legitimate. And I've told you all this before. I don't mind saying it. Like, I know there are members of the Board of Supervisors who want to fire Ed Ogeron for cause right now. So, like, regardless of what happens this season. So you already have that presence among the board, and a bad season could, or more building on the Title IX stuff, could cause that to go even further. So if you stack another subpar season on top of last year, and you have the Title IX stuff going on as well, then yes, it's very, very legitimate. So it's not just like saying after last year's down season, but I'll remind you this too, Brad. When John Brady got fired, I mean, it was halfway through the second year after the Final Four that he got fired. I mean, he went to a Final Four. They had a disappointing 07 with a lot of that team back. And then midway through the next year, they fired him. So it happens, man. I mean, Gene Chizik was fired 2 years after a national championship. It happens. Troy Hebert wished the Saints move the game to Arizona. Honestly, Troy, I just don't know logistically how you pull that together on such short notice. There's so many things that we don't normally think of, like hotels, travel, ticketing for fans, concessions, security, parking, like all those things logistically that you have to put together to hold a game in a large venue is so massive that putting that together in a day is just not feasible. Let's see, Randall, you didn't even see that Winston was named the starter yesterday, but it was just a matter of time. So where does Taysom go from here? I saw it. Oh, you said I didn't see it. Yeah. I will tell you that the conversation I had, again, several months ago, that this was not really even a competition. The second half of that conversation was what happens with Taysom? Like, because Taysom wants to be a quarterback, will he be willing to assimilate into his slash role, what the team needs him to be? But they were worried about that, like if he'd be willing to go back and do that again. Now, he's under contract, so you kind of have to do whatever, but he could demand a trade or something like that. But the other part of the conversation was Taysom's an all-time good dude, and I don't think he would do that. Like, he'll probably do whatever he can to help the team win, but then move on after this year. We'll see. Trivia, it would be insensitive for the people not in Louisiana to be talking about football while y'all brace for impact. That's okay. I mean, trivia, look, man, you don't expect the rest of the world to stop because of what you're going through. I mean, that's true universally. I mean, look at what's happening in Afghanistan. Do the rest of us stop living our lives because of what's happening? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. So, I mean, not it's not like that in the sense that their country's going through upheaval. But my point is, you can't expect the rest of the world to stop because of what a group of people are going through. So, Brad David, are you and Jordy so cool? Absolutely. People, I don't know why that question has come up, man. I mean, and somebody it sent me an email. I was like, man, I know you and Jordy aren't friends anymore. But I was like, whoa, 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 wait, who said that? Like, please, if anybody is putting that out there, please stop that nonsense. Like, Jordy not working at Garrity anymore has literally zero to do with me or me and him. Like, that's a professional. That's none of my business. But like Jordy and I are cool, man. Like I've known Jordy forever, and we're boys and will be. And I hate that we can't do whiskey and wine. He hates it too. I mean, we do because people love it. I mean, but no, we're yes. Like Jordy's my friend, will continue to be. I mean, I hope someday, somewhere along the line, the stars align. We get to work together again. But yes, we're very cool with each other, 100%. Joey, did y'all finalize broadcasting plans Friday? We did, Joey. So both OTB and AFR will be live from the Lowe's Hotel in Hollywood. They would not let us broadcast in the lobby, so we had to rent a conference room. And so that way, we're going to set up with this like glass wall behind us so you can see out into Hollywood, which would be a pretty cool backdrop. And then people can obviously come in. So if you all want to come into the room to watch the shows, we'll have that set up to where you can come watch, which will be cool. Saturday, same setup. The disappointing thing about that is I was hoping we were going to broadcast our pregame show from the Rose Bowl. Because we're going to be at the hotel, we're going to be on from 5 hours or 3 hours, starting 5 hours prior to kickoff. So we're going to start at, let's see, it's a 5:30 kickoff Pacific. So we're going to start at 12:30, which is 2:30 Central. And then we'll do the 3-hour pregame show. Then I'm gonna miss the bus and I'm gonna miss the whole tailgate party. So I'm just gonna have to Uber out to Pasadena, which sucks, but what it is. But y'all are welcome to come hang out if you want for pregame as well. Probably not possible, but are you gonna try to do whiskey and wine after UCLA game? So Damon, I think my plan is, provided I have cell service, I am just gonna go old school from my phone from inside the Rose Bowl. As soon as the game ends, I'll fire it up and I'll be on. And Russ Mitchell will be sitting right next to me as well, so we can give some thoughts on the game there and do a little bit of show kind of as it ends from inside the Rose Bowl. So yeah, but I'll only be but I can only be live from one stream, so it can't be Facebook and YouTube, and I'm leaning YouTube only because we're putting a lot, obviously, our shows are there live, and so just kind of making sure everyone's there. So if you're not yet subscribed to the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel, you might want to do that because that's likely where I'm going to be live for the post-game show on Saturday. John Melanson, what's up? How's Drew? He's doing well. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Y'all stay safe as well. Michelle Moore, thank you for smashing the like button. Troy Abear, Saints signed Damian Square, but no chance to show what he can do. So they did sign Square. Okay, good. I mean, I did a whole segment on him 2 days ago about how they worked him out. I didn't see that they had signed him. Let's see. Stingley dropped his merch yesterday afternoon. Bought a hat and t-shirt. There you go. He's a good dude, man. Sean Hinderberger, tell Damon Hinderberger happy birthday. Well, happy birthday, Damon Hinderberger. If Drew was up, we'd sing to you, man. Hope you have an awesome day. Cheers to you. Cody Boudreaux, I will miss the whiskey and wine. It was 104.5's best product. Me and Jordy getting drunk and yelling on social media. Oh, well, to each their own. I know everybody loved it. Let's see, I know everyone here is excited for the UCLA, but I live in Dallas now. Can't wait to see people from Southeast Louisiana at the game. That is going to be fun, man. Let's see. The media's trying to create the hate between you and Jordy like they did Shaq and Kobe. Trivia. I know I like you for a reason, putting the after game show on YouTube. Sure, yeah, I just think that's the direction we got to go moving forward, man. Obviously, we started on Facebook, but so much of our content is moving to YouTube. So it just, I think it's beneficial if we just tell everybody, hey, go to YouTube. That's where we're going to be. So I'll probably spend the whole week telling everybody, go to YouTube, go to YouTube, go to YouTube. Daniel Cass, good morning. Richie Burt, where y'all staying in Cali? We are at the Lowe's Hotel in Hollywood. Brad Jones, why Yankees fan, Matt? Well, you'd have to ask my dad that, Brad. The way that he tells it is growing up in New Orleans in the 50s, the Yankees games were the only ones they got, and he loved Mickey Mantle. And he thought it was cool that they had a player named Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear. I guess the kids, whatever sets the hook. So, yeah, man. So, like, if you look at pictures of my bedroom as a kid, we had Yankees pennants on the wall, Yankees footy pajamas, Yankees bed sheets. I mean, you know, and they sucked when I was a kid, y'all. I mean, I say that people scoff at that, but it's true. I mean, the Yankees went throughout the entire 1980s and then to 95 without even, from 81 without even making the postseason. So, I mean, they sucked. They were never any good. Mattingly was their guy, but Mattingly finally made the playoffs in 95, and they lost in the Kingdom to Seattle on the walk-off. Edgar Martinez, Griffey Jr. scored, of course. And then they won the World Series the next year, 96, which was like elation. It's really cool. And then they went on a great run, where they won it 4 times between 96 and 2000. Okay.
Your sound 100% better.
I already took a pain pill this morning.
But then you can't drive to get a haircut.
I'm fine, Erica. I can drive. Listen to me. You sound a little time better. Blah, blah.
What did you take?
And I don't think I could take him anyway. Like, I don't think I can get in and out of a car.
I'm going to cancel the haircut, so I gotta do some.
Just have your mom drive him over there. She's going to be here anyway. Just have her drive him over there. Huh?
I need her to be helping me do everything here. You can't do anything.
I know.
It'd be great for you to go with him. So
I would love to do that, Erica. I would love to be able to take him there. I would love to be able to not have to sit here on my ass and do nothing. I would love to be able to help move things, okay? And I can't. I would love to. What do you want me to do? Like, I'm more frustrated than you are. Sorry. Alex Broussard, Catholic High looked good last night. Bro, they're going to be, I didn't see them last night, but I'm telling you, they're going to be, I've been telling y'all, man, like, their run is just starting. They're loaded. I mean, it ain't just right now. I mean, the pipeline is full. So I keep telling y'all, if you care about LSU, you should care about Catholic High, because they need to just get that pipeline straight over to LSU. After carefully studying 4 episodes of The Office, I've come to the conclusion that while Michael was overrated, Dwight wasn't. Their subtle comedy genius that his character brings out and is overlooked. Creed and Stanley are extremely underrated, though. It's a crime. Pam is the villain. I think we can all agree on that. Pam and Jim were poop stirrers, for sure. Preston Clark, I missed something. Why can't you guys do whiskey and wine? Because Jordy doesn't work at Guarantee anymore. Josh Higgins, what coffee did you brew this morning? Also French press or pour over? Just a little K-cup of Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not a coffee snob. I put cream and 1 Splenda in there, or stevia rather, and go about my life. It's just not a big deal to me, like I'm not a super like pretentious coffee guy. Like steak, whiskey, yes. Coffee, no. Charlie Cavell, good morning. Patrick Cason, good morning. Dylan Landry, EJ, I don't know if it's Cambry or, let's go Cambry. Good morning, stay safe. Matt Catrere, good morning, sounds like my house. I'm sorry, man. I'm just like, I'm as frustrated as anybody not being able to move. It sucks. I mean, get a storm bearing down and I can't do it. I have to rely on family to come over and move my crap from outside so it doesn't become projectiles. Charlie Gale, good morning. Benny Latino, what's up, Benny? Good morning, man. Troy Bear, tomorrow's my 44th birthday. Gotta love when a hurricane hits on your birthday. First Katrina, now Ida. Wait, what's today? Today's the 27th, yeah? Katrina made landfall on August 29th. So tomorrow's the 28th, but I guess we'll get it on the 29th too, yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. Danny Braywick, send the link through community. Okay. So community is the text line that I have. That's a great idea, Danny. I will. Thank you. That's a really, really good idea. I will. I'll make sure I text it to everybody on the community app. Let's see. Trivia. My bad. Didn't mean to make your hurt back. Jonathan Martin, is Terry going to be on AFR in California? Jonathan, we got to figure out how we're going to do that. If maybe we could set it up to where he is in studio. I think whenever I was in Houston, that's what we did. He went into studio, I was in Houston and piped through the board. Now, I don't know how we make that work for TV. Like, he wouldn't be able to be on TV because the broadcast is originating from, well, I don't know. Danny Braywick, Troy, I'm the 30th, was actually born during a hurricane. It's our curse. Ooh. It's John Melanson. I feel like that's as bad as you and Erica's fights again. Pretty much. Wait, today's the 28th? Is today the 28th? I guess I just missed a day. Yeah, okay, so yesterday was the 27th. Okay. So today's the 20th. Yeah, today's the 28th. Yeah, okay. So tomorrow's 29th. So it's from, yeah. The Katrina anniversary. Wow. I'm sure people already talked about that. I just didn't realize. Okay, wow. Brad David, do you think Urban Meyer will make it in the NFL? Why do so many elite college coaches struggle in the NFL like Saban and Spurrier? No, I don't, Brad. I think, well, and here's why. Because NFL coaches have a very short leash. And I don't think Jacksonville is 2 years away from a turnaround. If they gave him enough time, could he be? Probably. Especially because I think he's a really good offensive mind, and then I think they do have a franchise quarterback there in Trevor Lawrence. So I think he could be respectable. I just don't think he'll have enough time to turn that thing around. Why do so many struggle? I think the reason so many struggle is, number one, in college you can recruit. So you have the haves have a very significant advantage because you could go recruit the best players. Whereas in the draft, in the NFL, the structure is built to create parity. The worst teams get to pick the best players the next year. That's number. Whereas if you're Ohio State, you can sign the number one recruiting class every year, or Alabama, or Florida, whenever he was there, whatever. That's number one. Number two, and a lot of people talk about this, and I think it's valid. It's how you address a room of 18 to 22-year-olds is very different than how you address a room of men in their 20s and 30s who are multimillionaires and make more money than the coach. And you know what I mean? It's just a very different messaging. Where if you're the strict disciplinarian, hard pushing, got the safety that makes $80 million may not want to hear that from you. So that's a big part of it. Charlie Gale, good morning. Craig, Community Coffee's new strawberry and chocolate blend is a good change up from the norm. Sorry, I messed up the date. Christopher Merrill, definitely going to miss Jordy. I always enjoyed his knowledge after the game. Rohan's still coming. Yes, so post-game is going to be me and Ro. Now, obviously, for the UCLA game, it won't be because he's not going to be in Los Angeles. But post-game, me and Ro. And I'm looking forward to it. I think Ro and I will do well. I mean, I love the guy, obviously, and he played, and he can bring that and I guess with the benefit of hindsight, it's interesting how it worked out because last year it wasn't intentional for him to become a part of the show last year. Like literally the first game of the season, remember everything was still shut down. So he was like, "Where are you watching the game?" I was like, "Well, I got to do the post game show. We're gonna do it at Don Juan's. Like nobody can get in there." I was like, "Man, look, but if you want to come, I'm sure we can get you in there to sit and watch. I mean, there's literally gonna be nobody in there." He's like, "Yeah, I'll stop by." I didn't think he really would, but he did. So like, man, take a headset. Let's talk. And so a few other games he popped in there and it worked pretty well. And so I think that's pretty natural how that's going. So anyway, one more quick mention, by the way. Please smash the like button if you haven't done so yet there on YouTube. We appreciate it. Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. As always, Brock, the After Hours Clinic is open here on Saturday. So here's hoping you don't, but if you do need an orthopedist, you can get by Brock today. And then, of course, Hudco. I'll mention it again. Let me post the link. I'll mention it again because some have asked, and again, admittedly, it is awkward. But people have asked, like, can they get on a list for tarping or roof inspection, whatever now? And yes, we did actually have some people yesterday. We're going to go in order of how requests were received. And so, I mean, I'm obviously putting this out there for y'all now. If you do want to fill out the contact form right now, I'll post it in both chats. Just mention IDA, inspection, whatever, post IDA inspection, and you mention Morning Scone, AFR, whatever, and the how did you hear about it, whatever, how did you find this thing, but and so then once the storm passes, we'll go through the list just chronologically, and if you need, and we'll call you, and if you do need someone to come check, boom, we will, or if you need a tarp, boom, we'll just go in order. So I know that's a super awkward conversation to have, and but the thing that I'll tell you, even if you don't call Hudco, if you do end up needing a roof, this is my one request. Even if you don't call Hudco, fine. Call one of the local companies. Call Premier or Garcia or Ryson or someone who's been around, who is established in this community, and here's why. Okay. When storms come, and this happened last year in Lake Charles, and this is why you still have people without roofs on their houses in Lake Charles. Storms come, roofing companies from out of town descend upon that area, and then they just sign up. They'll drop into a neighborhood and they'll just sign up everybody. Boom, 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 boom. And let's say they get through 20, 30 roofs, but they had 100 people signed up. Well, you do 20, 30, 50 roofs. I mean, for many roofing companies, that could be an annual book of business. So they may do 20, 30, 50 roofs, but if they had 100, 200 people signed up, they may stop at 50, go, yeah, we made enough. Let's go home. Well, the 50 people then, or more, who were waiting, now go back to zero. They go to the back of the line with a different company. So I'm telling you, man, it's inevitable. There are going to be door knockers. You're going to see people with plates from Texas and Oklahoma and Alaska and California and everywhere. You're going to see these roofing companies from all over the country. And I'm just encouraging you, please, 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 do not go with an out-of-state company if you need, or tell your family that. It's the biggest thing I can tell you, because we lived it last year. We lived it last year with Lake Charles. Some of y'all watching are probably in Lake Charles or know people in Lake Charles who had this happen, where they signed up with a roofing company from out of state who packed up and left them without finishing their roof. And so it delayed them however many more months. So anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but I beg you, I hope this storm misses us entirely, but if it does and you need a roof, would love it if you call Hudco, obviously, but if you don't, okay, just please call one of the local companies. Because those companies aren't going anywhere. Like, however long it takes them to get to you, at least they're here. They're not going to pack up and leave and leave you with nothing. So anyway, okay, that's my spiel. Jonathan Martin, Keyshawn Johnson projected Jameis to have 33 touchdowns, 15 to 18 picks. What's your take? I would love that. I mean, I love a few some fewer interceptions than that, but 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, 15 picks. I could live with that. Matthew Pittman. Let's see. I mean, let's see. Breeze, for example. All right, let's look at Breeze. So Breeze in 2016. See his interceptions. Well, let's see. The last time he played 16 games was 2017. He threw 8 picks. 23 touchdowns, 8 picks. So this is the type of season. 2016, they were 7-9 that year, but Breeze threw for 5,200 yards, 37 touchdowns, 15 picks. That type of year is possible, but typically if you're throwing for that many yards, it's because you have no running game and your defense stinks and you're constantly playing catch up, which 2016 was that. So, but I take it. But it's about what I think they're going to be, man. I think the Saints are going to be hovering right around 500, man. Hopefully, I'll repeat it. They need to weather the early storm. They just, without Onyemata, without Michael Thomas, without Will Lutz, if they can get through the first 5 games somehow at 3-2, I think they have an awesome shot to make the playoffs. If they're 2-3, really tough. 1-4, I think they're done. They just got to get to that bye at 3-2. And out the chute, Green Bay at New England is going to be tough. It's a good chance they start 0-2. But you go to Carolina, which is winnable. You're home against the Giants, which is winnable. You're at Washington football team, which is winnable. Although I think Washington's going to be pretty good this year. We'll see. Matthew Pittman, got my dad to shop his insurance at Insurance Network of Louisiana. Of course, then a hurricane comes, but I think he's going to use them. Great deal, Matt. Look, man, or Matthew. Yeah, man. Look, the thing is, with Insurance Network of Louisiana, there's no reason not to. Like, you don't have to change, and it doesn't cost you anything. Like, they get paid, if they're able to shop and find you better coverage, and you switch, they get commissioned from the other. You don't pay them anything. They get commissioned from the other company that you ultimately pick the insurance with. So, I mean, there is no risk at all and no obligation. I mean, you just let them go shop, and if they find something, great. If not, okay, have a good day. My take is Keyshawn is an idiot. Oh, that's funny. All right, y'all. I think we're just about done. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all get your prep done, your storm prep done. Have a good day. Be safe and all that stuff. Of course, if you need an orthopedist, Brock, end up with issues with your roof, give us a shout at HUDCO. I posted the link there. Keep that handy. Anyway. Okay, y'all have a great Saturday. Enjoy some football today. We'll see you.